Hey guys, I'm Laura Petracco, this is Emily Rowekamp, and this is Tacos with Petracco. So, we saw 3 shows on Broadway. The first one, Mean Girls, and then The Prom, and King Kong. All of them were very entertaining.
Yes.
And we'll tell you a little bit more about each one in a hot second. So, the first show that we saw was the one that we were most excited about.
Yeah, the one we bought tickets for in advance.
Mean Girls.
And a few signatures on the playbill, which is very exciting.
Yes.
We met a few people after the show, and Taylor Louderman was phenomenal because, like, she's not a human. I'm pretty sure.
Her voice, and I'm joking.
My avocado's falling out.
The choreo in Mean Girls, how did you feel about it?
I loved it.
Me too.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I felt like, and again, this is kind of like all Broadway shows in my mind right now. I feel like sometimes there's too much happening at one time that I get overwhelmed and I can't take it all in. I feel like I'm missing so many things.
It's true. There's a lot going on.
It really is, but I feel like the choreo was very
Purposeful. It's very purposeful.
Right. And it's like that like isolation, like, I don't know, it's kind of like hip-hoppy yet
Hamilton-y.
Yes. I like it. Stamp of approval. It's gonna be great. Okay, the next show we saw was The Prom, which was
Fantastic.
fabulous.
I think it's gonna win the Tony.
Yes, absolutely. Fun fact, Casey Nicola, I can't not think of the Michelin Man when I say his last name. Casey Nicola directed and choreographed this and Mean Girls, which are both on Broadway right now.
Yes.
And he did Aladdin, which
Right.
is also on Broadway right now.
It's crazy town.
Casey, take a nap. What are you doing?
Take a day of rest.
Right? I was very, very entertained and impressed.
Exceedingly so. It was so good.
Yes.
It was so good from beginning to end.
Yes. And I, being the, I'm not going to say creep, but researcher that I am, I have
researching.
I have kind of checked out the people that were in the show on social media and stuff, and I have discovered there were 13 Broadway debuts in The Prom.
Really?
13.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
13 Broadway debuts.
That's really cool.
The show, ultimately, it's very touching. It's very clever. They have...
Very funny.
Yes, very funny. There are plenty of, Broadway, big-named people who kind of, lead the story. And then there are also these freaking 13 Broadway debut people who...
These kids that were going to the prom.
Right. So that was fun to see, the kind of, the balance of the
very
two
cool. Very good show.
veterans and whoever those people are.
Broadway has-beens.
Has-beens, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. That's why I need you here. You finished my sentence before, too. I like it. One of my favorite people in the show was Brooks Ashmanskas. He played... So...
Did you say that right? I don't think you did.
I said it confidently.
Ashmanskas?
Both of you laughed at me.
Ashmanskas. I think you said
Ashmanskas. Just don't worry about it. Brooks Ashmanskas.
All right, I'm stopping you there. I'm stopping you there. You can't.
Brooks Ashmanskas, he was my all-time favorite part just because he's such a character and he is able to carry the show so well.
So much physicality in what
Yes.
he does. It's so funny. Any movement he makes is funny. Anything he says is funny. I mean, he was great. He was. He really was. He was fantastic.
Yes. The next show was King Kong.
I can't do the other one because I'm holding the taco with me. Just imagine it.
King Kong. This show, very good. I thought it was very good. At points.
I think it was surprising.
Yes,
Because I kind of thought we were going to go into this and just be like, well, that was special. But I didn't. I mean, I didn't feel that way. At the end, I was very much entertained. I thought a lot of the talent was very good, especially, what's her name?
Christiane Pitts, and she played Ann Darrow.
Ann Darrow,
There it
that's the
is.
name I'm looking for. Ann Darrow, the girl who played Ann Darrow, was amazing, was very good. And the opening number of the show was very surprising, and I feel like set the tone for how it was going to be. I was very surprised by it. So it was really neat. There were parts of it that were like, questionable at best.
Can we talk about those?
Yeah, we can. Indeed.
Like you said, the beginning one, or the beginning number,
Is
I
amazing.
thought this show is gonna be incredible.
Based on the opening number.
Yes. And then they traveled. Oh, the projections, number one.
Projections were amazing.
So cool. And the way that they created the boat.
Yes. So yeah, so they
Go
moved
for it.
these like railings and platforms all around the stage in the beginning to symbolize that they were like getting closer and closer to a boat and like the shipyard and stuff like that. And all of a sudden they all moved together in like one swift motion to the back and made this triangle, and the whole back of the stage lifted up and they were on a boat, and then it was like up and down. The projections were in the back on the ocean. It was super neat. Very just like all of a sudden, like
Yeah.
you didn't expect it to happen. So that was really cool.
Theater magic.
I know. It's a thing. And then we got to the jungle. You want to talk
To
about
the
jungle?
island.
You want to talk about the jungle, Laura?
So they go to Skull Island, where obviously that's where King Kong lives.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of determined that they ran out of funding for
After
the
the boat.
set.
It looks like they bought streamers from Party Source and hung them from the ceiling.
Just brought them down.
Just green streamers. And, and then there were some laser lights in the back.
Yeah,
But
once they met King Kong, it was like, we're in the internet. Like,
Yeah.
it's
We
a
are in
cyberspace.
cyberspace.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It was so weird.
It was very weird.
It didn't make any sense. And
And they like climbed up the lasers.
Yeah. I was thinking, you have this incredible projection screen in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Why not make some like leaves and like trees and like jungle
Something
scenes?
jungly.
Yeah. He would run. And when he was running, it was
King
like
Kong?
it was like dust. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was like dust.
It was
going
sparkly
by
dust.
on the projection.
It was very weird.
It just didn't make
It was
any
cartoonish. It was
Yeah.
cartoonish. I
They
made the
made a
reference
choice.
of like the Jungle of Newell from Seussical the Musical. Like
Yes.
all of a sudden, like we were first in this really cool like old timey boat scene, and then all of a sudden it was like cartoon jungle. It was very weird.
No, but King Kong was so cool. So King Kong, his entire face, like he actually has facial expressions, which are really cool. And I figured out there are 3 people in a booth, like back in the back and like up somewhere in the theater, and they are controlling his face, his head, and his shoulders with like joysticks. Up.
That's
and back.
crazy. Like all the orchestration and the choreography that goes along with the people who are creating the like the physicality of like the movements of the arms and stuff like that, and how they all have to work together has to have taken so much.
I can't imagine. So much rehearsal. And we didn't talk about the music. The music in that show was incredible. I felt like we were watching a movie. No, not the movie. It was just so cinematic and so loud, but it was like really, I don't know. I just really enjoyed the music in it.
I do too. It was good music.
Should we give a show a rating? Like 1 out of 10 or
Up to
something?
you. If you want to. You want to impose a rating?
3 out of 5 tacos.
Yeah, tacos or something? Would eat again?
Would eat again.
So, our New York experience was fantastic. If you are going to New York soon, of the 3 shows that we saw, here's what we recommend. First, Mean Girls. We loved it.
Fantastic.
The top of what we saw.
Vocals from the gods.
Yes, and if you haven't listened to the soundtrack, go listen to it because it's really great. Next is the Prom. It's just overall really fun to watch.
So
and
good.
It'll just give you
Dancing. The dancing is my favorite in that one.
yes, the Prom. And last but not least, King Kong. The gorilla is worth every penny, and
The tech in general.
yes, it's entertaining. That is for sure. Maybe bring your earplugs.
Why?
Because I have grandma ears. Apparently, it was very loud.
It wasn't loud. It's fine.
Our plates are empty. Our tacos are gone. So we are done here. Emily, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
It was a blast.
This was a good time.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you soon on camera behind the curtain.